It's a place called the Tomb. It's the most fortified and possible place to escape from. I know because my character built it. And now, through a series of, let's say, betrayals, I'm stuck in it. And now, how do I get out of it? I can't. I made it perfectly escape-proof. But there's one man in there who has the secret. A very mysterious character. And that's Arnold's character. And he seeks me out. And we start to make this, they call this a buddy movie. It's not. We're anti-buddies. We don't even like each other. But by the end of the film, we do. We start to realize that we cannot make it alone. And we build this friendship, and in doing that comes this intelligence and a way to beat the machine.
It's an escape movie. It's a place, a prison that we would never get out of. I mean, it's built that way. And I think that when they said no one would ever get out, they were right. But no two, they forgot about that when people actually work together, that there was a chance. And so this is what
because we are geniuses.
Yeah,
We've got to throw that in.
But
we just happen to be two geniuses that meet.
But to get there, it took a lot of torture, because every time they caught us trying to escape, we were tortured, brutalized in the worst possible way. And so it really is a very dramatic movie, but also action-packed. And it gives people what they have been waiting for decades, which is for Sly and me to do a movie together from the beginning to the end, a real action movie.
Yeah, we're working together as opposed to being total adversaries, which is unexpected. This is one of the biggest travesties that our representation couldn't come up with all the script writers at the golden age of action. They came up with, where's cross-dressing cops, he's a mouse, I'm a dog, or whatever, we're warring neighbors, fighting over a leaf blower, you name the dumbest situations, they couldn't come up with, he belongs here, I belong there, and we're just coming together and we join forces. No one could put that together. Isn't that weird? Yet here we are now, at this particular day and age, doing it ourselves, basically. We did this. We actually engineered this situation. But it's very, very odd. The golden opportunity was there, and so we just had to take advantage of it on our own.
It took us an entire day from morning to night to film the fight scene, because it was covered from various different angles. Many takes were taken, and when you want to do something like that well, it takes a lot of effort, and luckily we were in shape so that we could do that. But we also had to think about all the time that for decades, fans were asking, when do we ever see you guys fighting and being in a movie together? And here was the opportunity. So we realized that even though it was written as a small fight scene, but we then worked with the director to make it a major fight scene. And it also has some comic stuff in there.
Yeah, there's an intelligence about it, a reason for it.
Yeah, so it was really a great fight scene. And like I said, we rehearsed, we wanted to make sure that we don't need to use stunt doubles for that. And so, the people are really going to get a visual feast when they watch that.
That's for sure. I love the guy. Mikael is, he's from Sweden, and he's extremely specific and serious about his work. No question about it. So, and he's not afraid to come up and suggest that, whereas some directors are intimidated, which I wish they wouldn't be, but some people are. And they don't express themselves until the movie comes out. I'm saying, why didn't he ask that? Well, this time he does. And he was cognizant of who Arnold and I were, what we wanted to facilitate out of this film, and how he could get that performance from us. So he was very, very, very open about it, and we just had a great time with him.
The most important thing of a director is that he's a visionary. You got to have a very clear vision of what the movie ought to look like on the screen. so that you can go out and direct the actors and all the people in the movie and give instructions to the director of photography and all that. This guy had a very clear vision. So, but not only was he a visionary, but also he was a master in details. And he was not intimidated, like Sly said, to ever tell us what to do. No matter if it was one time or if it was 10 times. He would just come to you, he would never be intimidated, he just comes to you and says, no, you misunderstood, I want you to do it this way. And Sly, I know you want to be closer to the camera now, but no, you can't be. You have to step back and blah, blah. So he will be just, he will really have the balls to be in there and to tell you what to do over and over in order to get the scene right. And I really like that about the director because, as an actor, you really never know exactly, because you don't have a mirror in front of you.
No.
So you need someone that guides you and that is strong enough and not to be intimidated, especially with the two of us there. And he was excellent. And also with the editing process, that's another thing. You see, the movie is made writing the script. That's one way you create the movie. Then how do you shoot it? How do you kind of translate what is in a script? And then how do you edit the movie? There's the third step where you can screw up a movie, and he was also good on that step. So to me, that's what made him really a very desirable director and someone that I want to work with again.
Jim Caviezel is just an excellent actor. He's a great physical specimen, fantastic looking guy, and has cultivated a sense of underplaying, which, because he's so confident, he's so sinister. So Jim Caviezel knocks it out of the park as far as, because I didn't see it that way. Usually you see a big blustering, threatening warden. This was almost delicate, and which makes it even more sinister. So he was fantastic in that. And the rest of the people, we didn't even associate with. So that's just because we're smug that way.
That's right.
No, actually, everyone else. The other fellow whose name I don't remember, he was fantastic. The fellow who played, the Muslim fellow, he was great in it too. I think
50 Cent was also great.
And 50 Cent was in it.
Yeah,
Amy was terrific in it too. And so there's so many people that it's hard to remember because I spent so much time with Arnold, incarcerated, and very little time with anyone else, that I just got to know him better.